Live from Hazard, Kentucky, this is Jammin John's Wrestling News. Here's your news for Monday, January 14th, 2019. We start off with some breaking news out of the WWE. On tonight's WWE Raw episode, Finn Balor won a fatal four-way match against John Cena, Drew McIntyre, and Baron Corbin. With the victory, Balor will now face Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. And after the match, John Cena got a microphone, thanked Finn Balor, and put him over. So once again, breaking news out of the WWE. On tonight's WWE Raw episode, Finn Balor won a fatal four-way match against John Cena, Drew McIntyre, and Baron Corbin. With this victory, Balor will now face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble. Of course, this wasn't the only breaking news out of the WWE tonight. On tonight's WWE Raw, Bobby Lashley defeated Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins in a triple threat match to become the brand new Intercontinental Champion. And also on tonight's Raw, Alexa Bliss announced that 3 teams from Raw and 3 teams from SmackDown will compete inside the Elimination Chamber to crown the first ever Women's Tag Team Champions. The match will take place at the February 17th Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. There were also some big debuts tonight on WWE Raw. Nikki Cross, EC3, Heavy Machinery, and Lacey Evans made their debuts on this week's edition of WWE Raw. EC3 and Evans appeared in backstage segments while Nikki Cross teamed up with Bayley and Natalya in a victory against the Riot Squad. Heavy Machinery interrupted Alexa Bliss's interview segment with Paul Heyman. I was kind of surprised that Nikki Cross didn't make her debut on SmackDown. I really thought that she would, but she's on Monday Night Raw. So a lot of crazy stuff happening on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Definitely, I think the ratings should go up from that. During his recent podcast, Jerry the King Lawler talked about his status with WWE. Jerry Lawler said, "My contract is up every year on January 10th. On the 8th, I hadn't heard a word. I sent a text to Kevin Dunn and said, my contract is up the day after tomorrow. I just want to know where we stood. The very next day, I got a new contract in the mail. Not only 1 year, but a 2-year deal with a raise. The Royal Rumble is coming up. They sent me a text message and I'm going to be calling the Men's Royal Rumble match. Me, Michael Cole, and JBL. Thanks to Fightful.com for the quotes." And finally, here on Jammin John's Wrestling News, in an interview with Kevin Cerrito on Sports 56, 87.7 in Memphis, Tennessee, Natalya commented on Chyna possibly going into the WWE Hall of Fame by saying, "I think that one day it will definitely happen. She really paved an incredible road for the women of the WWE, and she was so unique. If you look back at those great memories of her, she really defined coloring outside of the lines and being bold and bright and beautiful." Natalya continued on by saying, "She was a pioneer for the women's movement in general, so I think definitely one day we'll see it. A lot of people have said we should have this person in the Hall of Fame, and we should have this person in, and that tag team should be in. The thing is that WWE is not going anywhere. WWE is going to be around for a long, long time, so everybody, I believe, is going to get their due, and I believe Chyna will be one of them." Thanks to WrestlingInc.com for the quotes. That is your news for Monday, January 14th, 2019. Check back here tomorrow for another Jammin John's Wrestling News Flash Briefing on Amazon Alexa devices, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, and iTunes. Follow me on Twitter at John Caldwell, JONCOLWELL. Follow me on Instagram, The Jammin John. If you'd like to sponsor Jammin John's Wrestling News or your wrestling promotion, want to get your next big event out, you can email me, jzcaldwell@gmail.com. That's JZCOLWELL@gmail.com. Big shout out to Ryan Hurdle and Tony Nelson for subscribing to my Patreon. You too can subscribe to me by going to patreon.com/jamminjohn. I have free packages on there ranging from $3 to $7. Not a whole lot of money. I would really appreciate it if you supported me a little bit financially. Once again, that's patreon.com/jamminjohn. This is Jammin John saying thanks, goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow.